Continuing what I was saying before, long drawn out story short, she wound up because somebody discovered that she started life as a mortal human, which was a big no-no. They disguised themselves as Oberon, basically ripped the Fey magic out of her, which also ripped her scales off because her scales and wings had been imbued with Fey magic, which turned them kind of silvery rainbow butterfly, not really butterfly, but more fairy type. It's not as girly as you think it sounded. It actually looked really badass, which fair looking badass is, it was, trust me, I can't describe it. Anyways, it basically ripped it all out and off, and she was left disfigured, and it looked like she had been burned, but the burn marks were blue instead of, or bluish instead of, like regular burn scars. And it left her pretty much completely vulnerable and weak. But she found out that because of Titania's gift to her, she could still a dragon type. That part was not given to her by Fey magic. It was just given to her through a greater force. I forgot the details of it, really, but anyways. Using this fire, she could actually melt and mold and imbue metal with this magic. So she started collecting pieces of metal and melting them and molding them and forming them and smithing, and she made an entire suit of armor in the shape of, it looks kind of sort of like a monstrous nightmare would, but more crocodile like head, or no, not crocodile, oh, what are they called? I can't think of what the type of dragon is. Shit, what is it? I'm sorry, this is gonna bug me until I figure it out. Anole. It's called an anole. Anole? Anole? That was more of the shape of it, but of course it still looked, you could tell it was definitely a dragon's head, but it had more of that shape, and she had a neat little magic imbued throat pouch she could use. But anyway, blah blah blah. But she basically made this suit to where it was indestructible. No force on any realm or world could penetrate it. No bullets, nothing, no magical spell, no nothing, because she poured. Internet connection quality is currently not sufficient for broadcast gameplay. blah blah blah. Anyways, she basically poured her heart and soul into this suit of armor. And like I said, it looked kind of like a Monstrous Nightmare did, the head, but more of that kind of a flat-ish triangular shape. And she didn't have wings, because her wings had actually been too much imbued with Fey magic to have been, not have been affected by the magic burn. What am I doing? I don't even know what I'm doing. That's what I was doing. I was going to camp. Anyways, so she was in the suit of armor, and that's where the dream picks up. Oh, by the way, the suit of armor, because she had used her fire on it so much, heated it, cooled it, heated it, cooled it, heated it, cooled it. It actually wound up kind of being, I don't know, I went through an iridescent phase. I had been inspired by a picture I had found on the internet, but I have yet to be able to find that picture again. Anyway, that's where the dream picked up. It was Pizza. Oh, she became a thief, by the way, because her scars, her scars left her so sensitive that she couldn't wear most clothing. I did not mean to brew coffee. I won't reject it though, because coffee is the bomb. Anyways, she couldn't wear most clothing types. Like, she wouldn't have been able to wear wool, cotton, anything too hot, too cold, too light. Well, she could wear stuff like I can't think of anything beyond what I just mentioned. She could wear some satin stuff, but satin's kind of delicate and hard to come by, so she just, plus it was snagging on her scars and would, you know, stuff like that. So truth be told, most of the time she just didn't wear clothes at all, because if she was not at home, she was in her armor. Now, you may think that's being kind of OP, that means that she was in God mode. No, only while she was in her suit. If you were crafty enough and ever followed her home, you would see that she actually had to take that suit off in order to be able to sleep, because if she was not actively awake, the nose would close up, the nose covering would close up permanently, and her mouth would be shut, because in her sleep she can't, unless she has something to prop her mouth open with, which gets uncomfortable and could actually damage her mouth. Her mouth wouldn't open, and she would actually suffocate, or she would just not be able to sleep. So I had one bullet left to the pistol. What the hell? So basically, she wasn't God mode only when she was awake, because, like I said, she had to sleep, and she actually had to sleep quite a bit because of the fact that she was so drained. Because technically the one who drained her, who ripped her magic out, it took a large chunk of her. Energy to keep her alive through it. So she became a thief because she'd never get a job like that. And she actually became angry because, well, long story, she became angry at circumstances, situations, blah blah blah.
You have an appointment Wednesday, 9 o'clock. Talk to him about it. See what his opinion is.
Do what?
Ask him what is his opinion.
On what?
Nicole, there's no more food. That's it.
Get him out.
Come on, Remus. Remus.
Sorry about that. Hunt a eastern wild turkey? Fuck. Turkey. Where the fuck do I get a turkey from? I hear you. Where are you? What? Get back here, you. Eastern wild turkey.
What are you waiting for?
I have an eastern wild turkey. It's right here. Take the turkey. Eastern wild turkey. Right here. Here. What? Do I need to... You were fucking kidding me, dude. Really? What? That's not what I wanted you to do. Eastern wild turkey. You're lucky if I don't take that one back.